Hello and welcome to Behind the Streams, where we interview amateur streamers, learn about their stream, life, and more. Now, welcome our hosts, Cameron and Terminalogic.
Hey Simon, how's it going, bud?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm not too bad myself. Yeah, just been playing some darts. I've got my own dart board and everything. Just been practicing for when I go and hit the pub, you know?
Oh yeah, you got to. We have at my work, we have a dartboard. It's pretty funny beating your boss, you know.
Yeah. Well, I'm not very good at hitting like the triple 20. I seem to hit like the black ring up around the outside of the dartboard rather than the colours.
Right. I get more of a. I try to take the little arch out of it, so I'll push it a little too hard sometimes, and it might go a little high. So I've hit the wall a few times. I'll admit that.
Yeah, well, mine's inside my house, so I try and tend to not aim for the wall.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, so you will be a new voice to the listeners, the current listeners to the podcast. So for everyone listening, this is Terminal or Terminalogic. He's going to be my co-host from now on, for the podcast, and I'm delighted to have him working alongside me.
Glad to be
So,
here.
Terminal, how do you feel about being on the podcast with me?
Well, you know, I'm a little nervous about it. You know, first time I've ever done anything like this. But at the same time, I've done a little bit of streaming here and there, so it's not just something to get used to. But I'm very, very excited about it. Should be a lot of fun.
Awesome. I reckon you'll really enjoy it. Some of the people that I've had on before, like I know this is the third episode in now, but our previous guests have been amazing, and some of the questions they've given in the interview have just been immaculate.
Which is
So,
good.
so why don't you tell the listeners a little bit about yourself?
Well, I am Terminalogic, TerminalOgic. It's a little tongue twister every now and then, but that's just what I go by. It was actually, my name comes from a book that I read a long time ago. With the same name, it was just separated Terminal Logic. It was pretty good. Very VR centric. But basically, what I try to do, I try to help out streamers on the technology and marketing side of things whenever I can. I play a lot of games as well. Probably way too many games, as my wife would say. But, you know, it is what it is. That's how I relax, and I enjoy it a lot. So I will come in and join. I've played some games with you, which you know that because you were there.
Yes, yes, I was there. I was present. I was present at that time.
And you know, Jukesy and Scorpion.
Yes, Duke Scorpion, all the brothers together. Even though I'm the British one, so I'm kind of the odd one out.
That's we're all brothers in the end, right?
I like to think so.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. But yes, very, very happy to be here. I look forward to getting to know more streamers, you know, on a personal level. You know, dig in a little bit, peel back that onion. So yeah, should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, like I said previously, I think you will really enjoy it. I've got to know 2 streamers on a personal level, just the previous 2 episodes. And also, guys, I really hope you enjoy our new format of the podcast because it's new to both of us. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the podcast. And without further ado, let's find out who today's guest is.
What's going on inside my head? You wouldn't understand if I said, contemplate life while I lay in bed, thinking about how I should be ahead. But all these people, they look at me, wondering how this dude came to be so far unstable mentally, with all this intense anxiety. Lexapro really be my best friend. Without him, I'd be worried to death. It's about time I show my stress. Get my bands up and then I'll flex. Mama told me, say what's on my heart. Stop trying to be someone else and play my part. Be the real me, never feel it's not enough. Even though sometimes it can get a little tough. There are always fakes everywhere that I go, trying to fit in with what is on their phone. Many people act just trying to fit in. Who they truly are is really unknown. What's going on inside my head? You wouldn't understand if I said, contemplate life while I lay in bed, thinking about how I should be ahead. But all these people, they look at me.
On today's show, she's silly, she's loud, she's friendly, she is Smidgie. Welcome to the show, Smidgie.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thanks for having me here. This is so fun. So cool.
Glad you could join us, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Shoot. Any chance that I have to talk and socialize and be awkward, I'm your girl. That's me.
And make up really cool words.
Yes. Wiggitywompus. I mean, it's probably in Urban Dictionary by
Wiggitywompus.
now. I mean,
If not, I'm adding it.
Be. It has to be. It's, yeah, with all the other crap. Oh, geez. I hope you guys didn't hear that alert noise.
No.
that's just your end.
Okay. All right. Cool.
How has your day been?
It's been pretty awesome. Man, I didn't sleep well last night, but other than that, it was cool. I got to go to the gym, and wow, what else did I do? I was only at the gym for like an hour. That was not my whole day.
Was it leg day? What day? What was today?
No, it was leg day. Okay, so I threw my back out like a week and a half ago because apparently I'm a 90-year-old woman.
Oh, okay.
And so I've been like babying it and hobbling like all over the place. And so today was the first day that I could actually like do something and like not die. So I very carefully adjusted like lower body. I just did like hips and legs and like my core, but didn't do any upper body because I don't hate myself. So
right, you want to be able to move tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, so funny. So yeah, I mean, I take care of my tiny humans, and I did some like housewifing stuff. I housewifed it up pretty hard, and I got to go to the gym, made dinner, cleaned. Like it's not very exciting, my life at the moment, but it's cool.
Life is always exciting. You're breathing.
Yeah.
So
That's a good thing. You're breathing, laughing, talking.
You're on this podcast, so that's something good.
I know. It was actually really fun. At first, I was like nervous about it, and then I was like, "Why am I nervous? I can make friends with anyone. Like, even just like meeting them, 5 seconds later, I'm like, oh my gosh, we're like best friends."
Okay, we're just gonna have some fun, It's fun. No big deal.
Yeah. Let's just get straight into the questions.
All right, let's do it. I'm ready.
No pissing around.
No pissing around.
Pissing the night away.
Straight from the Brit's mouth. I love that song. Who doesn't like Chumbawamba? Like, that's such a classic.
I miss those years.
Yeah. I get knocked down. And if somebody doesn't know what it is, I'm like, I don't think we can be friends. That's such a good jam.
I think I should stop talking because I'm just going to keep keying like random songs, aren't I?
Did you say keying random songs?
Yes.
Very cool.
Right. So not everyone is made out to become a streamer.
Okay.
Obviously, there's something in you that made you want to hit that live button. So, what got you into streaming for the very first time?
Well, I actually had a really good friend. His name is Everloyal, and he's a fellow streamer. And he originally got me into Twitch, like in general. And like I like to joke all the time that I'm like, hey, like he took my Twitchinity, joke, laugh, because he pushed me to stream. And at first I was like, no, like that's weird. I don't want to do that. Like I don't have a face cam. I don't have anything to make it a stream that I want it to be, right? So I didn't do it for a long time, and I just like hung out in Twitch for like months and months and got to like know people. And eventually I just started streaming for my Xbox because I play Halo. I'm a Halo girl. And then, I eventually played Fortnite. And, as I kind of like got to know people and would like sing every now and then, they're like, Paige, why aren't you singing on stream? You could blow up so big. Like it's crazy that you're not. You have the personality, you have the voice, like you have the talent. Why aren't you doing that? Like, you crazy. So anyway, I eventually bit the bullet. We bought a PC and we eventually like little by little got everything to put the stream together. And it's really fun. I like meeting new people. Like my purpose of streaming isn't to become Twitch famous and earn a bunch of money. Like, yeah, it's to supplement my income a little bit. That would be amazing because we're really struggling, but it's not the whole point of me streaming. But the point of me streaming is to create a safe haven of positivity and laughter and fun and peace for people in Twitch. A lot of people deal with anxiety. A lot of people deal with depression. And so many people have told me like, wow, like you're so fun to be around. You're such a good influence. You're such a positive environment to hang around in, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so I was like, okay, cool. Like I'll try it, whatever. And it's been super fun ever since. I don't do it as much as I should, but that's like I want to become that for people. I want to become like a safe haven and a community. So I think that's the end of my entirely too long run-on sentence.
No, it's not. No.
So
I mean, I love the fact that you used community.
Yeah.
I love
pretty
that
much the
term.
point. Yeah.
And it wasn't just their followers. I love the fact you said community.
Well, yeah, it's not about me. Like that's not like it's about me in a sense, as in like I'm here to change my life and make a difference for the people, but it's not like I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, it's all about me. Like I want to be partnered, blah, 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 blah. Like I want everyone's money. I'm like, yeah, that'd be amazing. But that would also just be like a side effect of having you and good people around you. Because I'm here for like the friends and like the entertainment and the break from the monotony of dealing with tiny humans all day. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like I'm here to make other people laugh, but have them like make me laugh too. So it's I don't know, like that's basically what I'm going for.
Oh yeah, it's a special thing to be able to sit there and sing like you do. I mean, you got a great voice.
Thank you. I appreciate
to be able
that.
And to be able to play games at the same time, that's
It's a
you
struggle.
connect with two separate audiences there, and it's definitely different.
The thing for me is that I've been able to multitask, and like people are like, it's so weird that you can do that, and I'm like, I don't know. And eventually I'd love to be able to like make it into like a silly thing where I could like narrate what people are doing and like the plays and stuff, like
That'd be
just
awesome.
making up songs.
That would be
I'm not nearly as talented at that yet. Like I can't do that yet. Like it's really hard to do. People make it look super easy. They're like, "Oh, just like make up a song as you go." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll get right on that." No. That's not going to happen.
All right. So everyone has been in the position of, okay, I've got my account set up, I've got my art set all finished and how I want it. I've got OBS done. All I need to do now is press that live button. How did you overcome the nerves of pressing that go live button in OBS for the very first time?
Okay, so I'm one of those people that, like I said, I can kind of be friends with everyone, like, really easily. And I used to hate public speaking. And so I was, like, a little bit nervous, but really not bad, because most of the people that were already in here were people that I had been around for months. Do you know what I mean? Because I'd been in Twitch for months and months, like probably 10 months, I think, already. So the people that were already in here already knew me. I already knew them. Like, I felt comfortable. I felt safe. Like, I felt like I wasn't just totally starting from scratch and just like jumping off the cliff with no parachute. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and that's,
I
I think
was
that
really-
definitely would be helpful.
Yeah, and I was hesitant at first, but like I had a lot of good friends that were like, "You'll be just fine. Like, you'll have mods in there already. Like, one of us will be in there every time you're streaming, and like you'll be okay." You know. So at first I was kind of scared because I was like, I am so anti-confrontational. I am the biggest baby, and if someone like says something mean to me, I'm like, that hurts my feelings. Like, I get so butthurt.
I'm so banning you.
Yeah.
No, I'm not
and
going to
so,
ban
like,
you.
Yeah, and most people are like, Paige, you don't need to negotiate with the trolls. Like, you can just time them out. And I'm like, but it's mean. I can't do that. Like, it's hard. So I just anyway, so that's kind of how my stream started, and it was really easy at first. The thing for me is like screwing up on stream, that I don't really like doing that. But if I'm not being any different on stream than I am in real life. And I'm like such a goober in real life that I just like, I don't really care if I look like a moron. I don't get embarrassed really easily. And so I think that's a huge part of it too, is that I don't get red-faced super easily or often, really, at all. I think it's just my personality in general that I'm not scared to just like be a total goober in front of someone and, you know, move along, kind of a thing. So yeah,
definitely.
That's
Definitely.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I had to work on
let's imagine for a second. Okay, let's say you started your stream. Okay, your stream's going. You're sitting there belting out, playing Halo.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you have 20,000 people in your chat. How do you feel? Do you think you're ready for something like that to happen?
I think that would be something that would make me red-faced. Is if I got like a 20,000 viewer host, or even just like 20 or 100 or people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I feel very honored. Because I'm one of those weird people that like I love being around people and I have so much fun, and I feel like most of the time I won't care, or like I feel like they won't care if I'm gone, or they won't care if I'm like absent from their channel, or if I don't say hi or something like that. And so I like have that weird mindset. And so if somebody takes, like, I feel like it's such an honor for somebody to give me a host like that or something like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So I'm just super grateful for like anything. Like, I think it's crazy and wonderful, like when people come in here and just like drop a dono, or they drop biddies or something, and I'm just like, man, like they have no idea how much of a difference that makes for me and my family.
Mm-hmm.
So
and
anyway.
and it's fun all at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. It's super fun.
On the darker side of that, during streams, have you ever had any kind of like a little horror story that's happened? Something
Not too bad, really. I feel like it's been okay so far. The only thing that I can think of is just like people being trolly, but it hasn't been too bad.
Yeah, nothing like somebody really spamming your really trolling you hard.
Well,
Spamming chat like crazy.
The only thing mostly is like it's hilarious because they're actually not very clever. They can't come up with like some good insults, and I'm like, I'm not going to give you my time. If you come up with something clever, then yeah, we'll banter a little bit, and then we'll banter. But if you can't come up with something clever in the beginning, like, sorry, like it's mostly just like me being a woman. They're like, oh, a woman's place is in the kitchen. or like women don't have any rights, and I'm just like,
so the
"Aw."
stereotypical stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, come up with something like specific
Yeah.
and clever, then maybe I will honor your time and like we'll laugh about it. But like, I'm sorry that you have a tiny penis, so like just go away. Just get banned.
Goodbye.
Just see ya, you know.
So let's look on the other side of the question that Terminal just asked you. So apart from something bad like the trolls, for example, who aren't very good with their trolliness,
Yeah.
what's the best thing that's ever happened to you in your stream as a streamer?
Man, I love getting hosted by like random people that I don't know. That is very cool to me because it feels, I feel like in my little community, like I have like the same people, and like it steadily grows as I'm streaming and get to know other people and yada yada yada, right? And it's really really cool when someone drops like a huge like donation or huge biddies. Like Bao, he's in my channel right now. Hi Bowza. So
Hi, Bowza.
Hi, Bowser, how's it going, man?
He a couple months ago, like he dropped like $150 in like one night in biddies, and that was like one of the coolest things that's ever happened to me because like I felt so spoiled. I was like, shoot, this is so cool. Who does that? And like he's been around for a long time. I've known him for months and months, and like that was really cool. It's like I said, I feel very honored. Like that's something super super cool for me is when that happens. And when people tell me, positive things, obviously they're like, holy crap, like you have an amazing voice, like you have such a cool personality, like you're so fun, yada yada yada, like the good things that I feel like I'm doing good for people, because it's not, like I said, it's not about donations and biddies, but like it's also really cool when people reach out and they're like, I love being around you, like it's so fun, it makes my day, etc etc etc. So that's also super cool.
Yeah, for sure. And having those people around you who are there to support you, no matter how bad your stream goes or how well your stream goes, it's just that bit of, hey, I'm here and I like what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I'm trying not to mess up too badly. Okay, I'm just trying not to screw it up.
No, I think you keep doing what you're doing. You'll be fine.
Yeah, definitely.
I hope so, man. I just don't. I feel like there's certain things I'm doing right, but there's so many things I could be doing better to get my stream out there and to be a better like networker and like grow my channel. I'm like I said, I'm super anti-confrontational, and so I feel awkward being like, hey, I stream. Go to twitch.tv/SMIDGIE. Check out my channel.
Twitch
I feel so weird. It's so awkward. But like I need to do that crap, to have people come in here. It's like a Twitter account. Yes. Like a Twitter account, like a Discord. I created a Discord. And crap. SMIDGIE. It's been 3 months and I finally put it together.
Okay, so just a segue a bit into the equipment side of streaming. You see all these, I'm going to say more popular streamers like your all your big gamers like Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah, exactly. He's a god, by the way. Shoot.
Okay. All to the run.
Sorry.
You see them all with all this really expensive equipment, like they've got green screens, external sound mixers.
Yeah,
they've got like
crazy.
$1 million microphones. But do you really think the equipment that you use to stream matters that much?
Yes. I don't think it matters that much, but I think when that is their livelihood, they want to have the best of the best because it runs cleaner, it makes things sound better, looks better, etc., etc., etc. And I find myself all the time, like when I watch other music streamers, I'm like drooling because I'm like, oh my gosh, Their setup is gorgeous. Like their camera's amazing. They have this external like professional camera. They have this amazing music equipment. They have all of these programs and like this amazing like reverb and all of this stuff. And it's really important for a music streamer to have good quality equipment. And I have just the basics of the basics. I have an $80 Amazon guitar. I have a $60 Blue Snowball mic, which is excellent for what I'm trying to do for now.
Mm-hmm.
But for real, from what I want to do, because I want to be a music streamer most of the time and then do like gaming and like just chatting in between. But for the most part, I want to do music and singing. And there's so many things that could make it better. And I'm just like, I'm so bummed all the time because I'm like, man, I can't afford to spend $1,000 and buy a bunch of equipment, you know, when it would make a huge difference for me in the long run. So I think yes and no. Some of it I think is overrated for gaming specifically, all that stuff. But I think for music streamers, it's definitely right on par. It's muy importante for that.
Yeah, I can't agree more.
Has to be
Yeah,
better.
exactly. Sound is everything. Someone just typed that in my chat. Sound is key. People will bail out if sound sucks. You're exactly right.
Right. If you sound like, you know,
Yeah.
they're probably gonna
If
leave.
you sound like doo-doo, then they will leave. So I think I have just the very basic of what I can do for now that will eventually, like, I'll be, you know, like hopping on one leg until I can get to where I want to be. But, you know, there's not much else I can do, and I have enough for now. So it's just, you know, when I listen to other music streamers, I'm like, oh my gosh, the sound is amazing. I want to stay forever. So
yeah, definitely.
yeah, really important.
Okay.
When it comes to your stream and people are in your chat, how do you personally handle trolls?
Oh, I like to play along with them. That's the best part about trolls is that you play along and then you're like, oh, okay, let's just flick them out of here. Like, I like to try and troll them back. I'm not very good at it. Like, I feel like I'm pretty witty and quick-witted, but I'm not like the level of like whose line is it anyway witty, where they can just like round stuff off the top of their head. Like I can't.
Right, yeah.
It's not. It's like 2 minutes later, I'll be like, oh man, you could have said this, and it would have been way funnier. Shoot.
Right.
Next time.
Yeah, exactly. But most of the time, I just kind of like to play along with them. Like, I don't know if you guys know who Pixel Pete is. He's an amazing streamer. He's by far one of my favorites. And he's a Halo streamer, and he has like this like, you know, like act together. He wears a mask and a suit and yada, yada, yada. And he is so witty when it comes to responding back to like responding to trolls. I feel like so many of them just end up like following him in the long run because he's so funny. Like he's so witty and he just like totally plays along with it. And like, I want to get to that point where I can do that and like, just, you know, have fun with it. But then obviously if they get like really bad, then, you know, my mods ban them and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I kind of try to play with them a little bit before I toss them out of the boat. If, you know, if they're willing to play along. Because, you know, probably a lot of those people are actually really, really sad and like have horrible lives and like aren't happy. Right? Like,
yeah, so they're trying to
no
feel
happy
better about
person
coming in here and trying to get some attention.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's like, okay.
Right.
Insulting my womanhood. You're so clever.
Super smart.
And,
You're super smart.
and to kind of keep on the subject of trolling, I know that when I first came to your stream and Jukes first came to your stream, and we called you, we said that you looked like the actor Daryl Hannah.
Yeah. And I didn't know who that was.
Yeah, be honest with me. How close were we from getting banned by your mods?
Okay, so I am a little bit more lenient than my mods are. Mods are very protective of me. Especially like my husband and my boy Smokey, like they'll freaking like flick anyone out like for like the smallest thing. And I'm like, whoa, like it's okay. Like, I, my husband just typed. He was like, "Ha ha ha ha!" I was so ready to ban you guys because Daryl sounds like a man's name, and like I had somebody the
Right.
other day that was like, "You look like a dude," and I was like,
Oh,
okay."
God, okay.
They're like, "Oh, it's a compliment. Like I'd go gay for you," and I'm like, "Okay, that's a weird compliment.
That's
That seems
a
kind of
very
weird.
weird compliment.
That's kind of odd." And then eventually, you know, like they were actually nice. They were just like socially awkward, and like that's cool. Any people, like I'm very tolerant of weirdos. Like that's my jam. I got you. Like I don't care if you're weird and like awkward, but a lot of people aren't as understanding, and so they'll just like instantly ban them. And I'm like, they're just weird. It's okay. Like they're not trying to troll. I promise. So like when you guys were like, "Yeah, you look like Daryl Hannah," and I was like, "Oh." Like I said earlier, like I thought it was some person that like was holding a beer, had sideburns, and hadn't showered for a week.
Definitely not.
And at first I was obviously a little bit put off. I was like, rude. I don't like that. And then you're like, no, it's a good thing. It's a she, and she's cool. Like she was pretty. Like I promise it's a compliment. Panic. So yeah, you definitely almost got booted out.
So
here.
we bit the bullet a bit, did we?
Yeah, exactly. Blonde hair, like 6 foot tall. Yeah, that's exactly it.
Awesome.
So I had to look her up. I didn't know who she was.
Yeah, she's definitely an older actor.
And then I was like, okay, like she's pretty. I'll take it. That's cool. Like, thanks for the compliment. Then we were good. We were fine. And then, you know, we got along really well, actually. It was really cool to have you guys stop in so much because, like, it was a good troll in the beginning. A bad troll.
I mean, we didn't even intend for it to be a troll.
Yeah, that's true.
thing.
That's true. That's true. And like it's cool. And like now you're some Sminions and it's fine.
It's minion. I love that.
Minions. Yeah, Smidgie Minions.
Smidgie Minions, I like it.
Smidgie Minions. I can't even say it now. Smidgie Minion. What?
Now you just need some little minions on the bottom of your screen, jumping around.
Exactly.
Oh, please don't. Please don't.
I mean, I think the minions are overrated. Like not the little yellow dudes, but I just mean like yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Link in or whatever.
We know what you mean.
Yeah. Now, we know you play some Halo.
I do play some Halo. Yes.
What other games do you kind of get into? How long have you been playing games?
Well, as an adult or even as a teenager, like I barely got to play any kind of console games at all.
Mm-hmm.
So like I played games when I was little, and then when I was like there was like a 15-year period in there that like I didn't play anything. So like Super Nintendo was my jam. Like Super Mario World, Aladdin, Lion King, like Donkey Kong Country, Mega Man X, like those like Super Nintendo games.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love them. I'm obsessed. It's like so nostalgic, and they're still fun. Like we still have a Super Nintendo. Like we bought one specifically because I was like, I cannot go throughout life without having a Super Nintendo.
There's a special place in my heart for those.
Exactly. So I love that kind of stuff. And then as I got older, like my husband was a big gamer, and he eventually got me into Halo probably like 3 or 4 years after we got married. And I was horrible, so bad, and I'm still not good. I'm still not good at Halo. I started playing a lot later in the franchise, probably around like Halo. It was like Halo ODST. I played that for like a month, and then I think either Halo Reach or Halo 4 came out. And then, anyway, it went from there. So I've only been playing Halo for like 4 years or something.
Right.
I don't know. Something like that.
Nice.
Some kind of X amount of years that I'm not really clear on. And then that's all I would play. Like I dabbled like here and there between some of the games my husband would play, but like I'm really picky. I was like, it's not Halo. I don't like it. It's not Halo. Like I don't want to play it. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to smell it. I just like nothing. Get that out of my face. But I actually really, really enjoy Fortnite now. It took me a long time. I loathed that game entirely for a really long time. And it still makes me rage a little bit. So now that I've experienced Halo and Fortnite, I'm like, okay, I can do this. Like I could learn a new game. I could be okay with it. I could, branch out, and like I'd like to play Overwatch, or that game Overcooked looks really fun.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's like random, things that I would like to branch out and play, except for just Halo or just Fortnite, and to stop being so dang picky.
Yeah, I can imagine playing Fortnite and trying to sing at the same time. That'd be pretty
Well,
cool.
I'm hoping to do that. That would be down the road because I don't think I could play a guitar and play. I usually do it like in between when it's kind of in between, like when I die. Usually I die first. Happens really often. So my teammates are just, like roaming around, and I'll just be kind of like practicing guitar, and like I'll probably mute my channel volume or my Xbox party or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and then just play along with guitar, or like they'll be like, "Why are you so quiet?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just practicing." And they're like, "Well, why aren't you why are you muted? Why don't you just like sing and play while we're playing?" And I'm like, I don't want to be weird. I don't want to be that person that's like, listen to me, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I'm horrible at Fortnite as well, so it's not a big thing. I know that whenever I get destroyed, it's usually probably by like a 6 or 7-year-old, so I expect it.
I can't stand the game, to be honest.
Yeah, I know. People are
I'm
really
just so bad at
it.
Okay. So the next part of the interview, I like to call peeling back the layers.
Peeling back like an onion.
Yeah, like an onion, a bit like an onion.
Like a lot less crying.
Yeah,
yes.
Well, it depends how you take the question. Anyway. Depending on how you take these questions could depend on how much of an onion like it is.
Oh, okay. I'm usually a super open book, so I normally don't really like care.
So peeling back one layer.
Yes.
What keeps you grounded in real life?
Oh, geez. That's a really good question, actually. So when I first started in Twitch, it was something that was like such a big distraction that like sort of kind of felt like human connection. Because when you're a stay-at-home parent, you do not see a lot of other adults. Like, it's just like you don't. You're always focused on, the kids, and you can't really take time for yourself. So Twitch was a really cool thing for me at first because I was like, oh my gosh, cool. Like, I'm sort of getting human connection, yada, yada, yada. No, it's not real human connection. You still need real human connection.
Right.
No. That's not how it works. You can't replace it completely. And I thought I could. And like, it turned like weird and dramatic and toxic for me for a while. And then I had to like take a step back and be like, yo, I'm a crazy person. So let's live life normally, like how normal people live instead of on the internet. So, I took, I don't know, I think I took like 3.5 weeks, maybe a month off of streaming. I think that was in like October or September. And yeah, I just really focused on like having balance. So seeing other adults in real life, that's a big change.
Right, so those human
working
things.
with my hands, doing projects at home, working on getting a job, learning guitar, being better at it, serving other people. That's incredibly important. Doing things for other people. And trying to take care of myself, like eating a little bit better, trying to go to the gym, trying to, just be outside and go do things instead of just like being in here. The biggest thing for me was like wearing pants every day. I'm being dead serious about that. Like putting on pants was a huge game changer. Like, it made me feel like I was more of an adult. It didn't make me feel like I was so crazy.
That's hilarious.
Well, that's a very interesting answer. I wasn't expecting the pants part.
It's true though. It's true because like I didn't have anywhere to go most of the time, so just wear what I slept in, and like not do that. But if I actually planned ahead, I got ready in the morning, even if I had nowhere to go. Like that's a huge thing.
Oh yeah, and I hear a lot of
that's
stay-at-home parents, male or female alike, that say the same
Yeah.
thing. I put on pants today. I'm happy.
Exactly. Like, but for real, that's 100% true. I'm like, I'm wearing pants today. Like, the world is my oyster. I could freaking do anything because I'm already ready. I'm already ready to do stuff. So, yeah, it's trying to find balance. I feel like there's like 6 different probably facets of a whole person. So I feel like I really need to take care of my emotional being, my spiritual well-being, my physical being, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right?
Right.
And so that's
Right.
a huge thing is I'm trying to take care of each thing individually instead of just focusing on being in Twitch and not being bored. So I think it's important for everybody to be self-aware in that way, because all of those things are important, right? Emotional, spiritual, physical, mental, yada yada yada. So
Oh, completely, 100%. Yes.
yeah. So yeah, I'm just that's mostly what I'm doing. Trying to do the things that I miss doing and enjoy doing, and feel like my whole identity isn't just being completely wasted or focused just because I can sing or just because I'm a parent or etc. 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 So
Right.
Have your children ever kind of fell into the stream at all?
they have
Yeah.
sometimes, yeah. Yeah. Sometimes if like my son, and he's really distinguishable. He has like this really, really dark, thick hair. He looks like Mowgli from the Jungle Book.
Nice.
Like he's always been that way. Like his whole life. I'm like, if you see a little kid running around looks like Mowgli, and they're like, oh,
Bye.
and I'm like, cool. Running after him.
Swinging between vines.
Good talk. Thanks, fellow parent. You're the best. But yeah, like sometimes if they wake up in the night, he'll like come down the stairs and like walk in the back of the camera, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you can't be on cam. Like, I don't want you here. Like, ooh, like makes me uncomfortable. There's been a couple times where, you know, like my kids are unhappy or whatever, or I'm already streaming and they're, you know, like coming up to me and whatever. So I try to stream when they're not awake and when they're not like around. I don't want to feel like they're like being ignored, you know?
Yeah. And actually, that's a good segue onto the next question. How do you balance streaming with your home life?
Yeah, you're right. That is that's an excellent leading question, good sir. So I feel like my family needs to know that they're a priority. Streaming is a priority too, because I feel like that is a stepstone for like my future. I feel like I could really make a good living from Twitch years down the road if I continue to be like a good influence and a good positive experience for people. But I just, yeah, like I only stream if I can, like if it works for my family and if it works for my kids and if it works for me, because I don't want to. Sorry, somebody came in channel that I haven't seen in a long time, so I just stopped talking. Squirrel. So that's the most important thing, is just making, like just it's separate time. I don't feel like I should stream while I'm taking care of my family, and I also don't feel like, you know what I mean? It shouldn't be like that. Like, this is my separate adult time. Mm-hmm. Like, it's when I stream when my children are pacified, smothered. I mean, asleep.
Right. We'll delete that out.
That one. When they're subdued. Because and also the thing for me, like when I first started doing Twitch, like I hate being perceived as like a mom. It really bothers me. It totally triggers me hardcore. Because they're like, oh, you know, oh, Mama Paige. And I'm like, no, I'm just Paige.
just Paige.
Just because I'm a parent does not mean that's my whole identity. Like, just stop. Take a step back. Like, we cool. It's good. So I kind of accept that part of my life, and like we'll openly talk about it now, and it's not as like weird for me, I guess. I was always like self-conscious of how I was perceived, because I was like, no, I just want to be perceived like this normal person, like just a normal girl. Like, I don't want to be perceived as that. It's like motherly. And I'm barf. I hate it so much. And so you know, just kind of accepting it. Like, people are going to accept me either way, whether I'm a full-time parent or if I'm not. You know what I mean? And just kind of like, yeah, this is my life for now until, you know, I can finish school and whatever. Like, it's not my life forever. So, I don't know. I think that's it for that one.
Awesome.
Question mark.
It is. You're good. If somebody brings negativity to your stream, you know, how does that affect you personally? Does it bother you? You know, at that time during the day, the next day? You know how?
Not usually. I think it depends. I think it actually bothers me more when I'm in some stream that I am good friends with and know, and they are being negative because I perceive it from a viewer's point of view. And I'm like, that doesn't look good, friend. Doesn't look good, mate. Like, yeah, cringy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And so like it makes me sad when that kind of stuff happens, and I try really hard not to be like negative from my end, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of just depends. It depends on the person. But if it bothers me, usually I talk to them about it. Like I'm not just gonna like fester and be like, oh, you like totally bugged me the other day, and I'm not gonna talk to you.
I'm
You're
so
so
angry with
toxic.
you.
No, like if they don't respond within like a couple days or whatever, like I'll just be like, hey, like you cool? And like we hash it out and we're cool. Like the end. Like that's how I communicate. That's how I work.
Yeah.
And
that's
things
the way
aren't
to
a
be.
big deal. Twitch is not real life. Like it's not a big deal. If someone offends you or like makes you mad or whatever, like it's not that big of a deal. You can talk about it, you hash it out, you say sorry, and you get over it. And then you're friends again. La da da. So, for the most part,
some people work like that.
that's true. You're right. Some people don't. That's just how I was raised. It's just built into my DNA. Like my family, my siblings, my parents, none of us ever fight ever. And if it's something that we are annoyed of, we're just like, hey, that was kind of annoying. It hurt my feelings. And you're like, oh, sorry, bro. High five. Hug it out.
That's the best way to do it, though.
Yeah.
That's a great way to be.
Yeah. So if somebody is super negative, I just kind of have to be like, hey, dude, like, I'm streaming, I'm trying to do my own thing. Like I'm going to have to mute you or I'm going to have to leave the party or whatever. But I don't think specifically that's ever really happened to me before. I have some pretty awesome people. I don't feel the need to like inhibit someone's speech or vernacular because I'm worried that they will be toxic or negative. And if they are, then I'm like, yo, like you're being kind of rude.
Yeah, you can handle it elsewhere.
So yeah, exactly. It's teaching me how to approach confrontation without freaking out because it makes me so stressed. I can't be mean. It's so hard.
Stop being so mean to me.
Yeah, I know. I like get so nervous. They're like, if I'm in a restaurant and my food is wrong, like I won't tell anybody. Like I just, they're like, Paige, like just let them know. And I'm like, no, it's fine. I feel bad.
There is a
and
whole
then, like,
squirrel
I apologize to
in
them.
your food.
Yes. Exactly. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like my food is wrong. And they're like, what? Don't say sorry. Just say thank you. So it's really bad.
Moving into the future as a streamer, what are your goals?
As a streamer, what are my goals? Excellent question. So, let's see. I talked about a little bit earlier is like I want to have a safe haven for people. Like I want to have a release from life. Because that's what Twitch was for me for a while. It was a release from, just the craziness of having young children. It's really difficult, you guys. And I want to be that for people. I want people to come in and enjoy whatever I'm putting down, to make them feel loved, to make them feel welcome, to make them feel happy, and to think I'm awesome. But not in like a conceited weird way, but to, feel that they're part of something important, part of something that's cool. I think that big streamers can do that too. They don't have to get partnered and then turn into a douche canoe. Right. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So
right, yeah.
That's not my.
Yeah, a lot of, especially big streamers nowadays, most of them play a character of some sort. Yeah,
that's very true.
It's very rare nowadays that you have a streamer that's, real to himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's I find it quite upsetting myself that it kind of gets to their heads a bit.
Exactly. And so I for now, I feel like I have more people around me than I was expecting to. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I like to remember people's names. I like to remember who they are. I like to remember their story. And so I'm actually kind of worried if I ever get really big that I won't have enough time for the people that are important to me that have been around since the beginning. Like that's a really big fear of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Like that I'm scared of is that like I won't that like the people that I love and care about, like it's just growing and getting bigger, but like I don't want them to not feel that way. So that's going to be like a weird kind of like push and pull with streaming, is to still, have everyone around that I want and still have new people. We always want new people, like new SMIDGIans, who are cool and wonderful, and but I'd love to get big one day. I'd love to be able to go on vacation.
Right.
Anytime I
I
wanted,
think we all would.
like have the money and the freedom to not have to work for someone, but to work for myself.
100%.
And to have all of the audio equipment that I want, and to be able to tour and, sing for people and have people want to have their lives changed by positivity or music or whatever, but I'd love to go visit the people that, have been with me for a long time, and like the amazing, wonderful community that I have. It's just, that would be a cool like side effect, right? But it's not like I'm not doing it for the money per se, but that would be nice.
Yeah, that's a
I guess.
phenomenal answer.
Yeah.
Great answer. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Are we ducks now?
It's a transition.
I feel like
Quack,
I should say and be like, stop. Because, like an old, like, when they're like, you need to go to the station. Stop. I feel like I should
Over.
end it with like a period, or be like, okay, that's the end of that question. On to the next one. That would be a good answer, actually. I'm going to do that.
Okay. So, given the time that you've been streaming for currently, like whether it be months, because I'm not too sure on how long you have been a streamer for, so I'm just gonna say months.
I've been streaming with a face cam for what, 4 months?
Okay, so I can say months.
Yeah.
So, given that you've been streaming for a good few months now, what is one of the biggest tips you could give a brand new streamer new to Twitch?
Oh man. I say networking, but I mean that in a way of becoming friends. Just go to random people's channels and become friends with them. It'll naturally come up that you're a streamer, or host random people. Like, you will never forget the people that just randomly drop like a host on you, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, I like one of the music people. Her name is Katie Taylor Music. She's fantastic, by the way. She just randomly hosted me for like 20 people once, and I will never forget that, because I didn't know who she was. She was new. I'd never heard of her before, and so of course I went to her channel, and like, things just kind of snowball from there, right? So that's a really good way, is to host other people, get to know people. But yeah, just go and be friends with people. The end. And it will naturally progress, because people will see what a cool person you are when you're typing and you're present and you ask them questions. You don't just lurk. You actually connect with them. You try and get to know them a little bit. I mean, I just naturally am like that, because holy crap, do I ever stop talking? Let's be honest. And so that was easy for me. And like I said, it's just in general, I feel like I can become friends with anyone really easily in life. And I'm not afraid to like be awkward and be like, hey, what's up? Are you new? Like, what's your name? I'm Paige. Nice to meet you. Etc. So that's a huge one, is everyone's like, oh yeah, you have to like do all this stuff, but just be a friend. Go into random people's channels, be friends with them.
Can't say it.
Get to know them.
That is
Easy
the
peasy.
best piece of advice ever.
Yeah. It will automatically just naturally progress to you having more followers, you having more people, I just did it for the entertainment at first. And now, because of the people that I already knew and were already friends with, because I was just doing it accidentally, I already had a little bit of a base when I started streaming. So it wasn't as daunting as being like, okay, I have 0 followers. Start.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit easier that way.
So to kind of wrap things up, we've got a few more questions for you.
Oh, you're fine.
Well, these are a bit more lighter questions. Right now, what do you have going on with your stream that you would like to tell us and share with the world?
Oh, geez. I'm currently in transition to try and put on my big girl pants and like actually be a real streamer, like have a Twitter account and make a
boy.
YouTube and, learn how to play guitar a little bit better and have a song list. And there's so many things that I feel like I need to do, because at first it was kind of like, oh, whatever, like I can just kind of like on a whim, yada, yada, and stream. And I'm like, no, now I actually have to like do stuff and like maintain the people that I have and like be a presence in Discord and make sure my Instagram and Twitter, on par, and have a list of songs and actually practice the songs that people request. And it's something that I'm like, oh, okay, like I actually need to do stuff. Take 3 minutes to create a Twitter account. That's exactly right, Smokey. that's what I need to do.
I mean, I don't even think it takes that long anymore. I think
Yeah.
it's literally just a handle, an email, and password now.
Yeah, I know. I did a Discord though. I have no idea how to do that, but I'm working on it.
Oh, that'll
So-
come with time.
Exactly.
It looks difficult, but it's really simple.
Yeah, exactly.
So the final big question, the biggest one of them all:
Yeah, what's up? Lay it on me.
where and how can people find your social media?
Speaking of which,
In the Matrix is where they can find it until it actually, becomes a reality.
yeah, what's your name of your your channel?
My name, okay, so the name of my channel is SMIDGIE. It's in all capitals. It's SMIDGIE. So a lot of people ask me, they're like, because it used to be Midget of Smidget, and Smidget's always been like my name, like my nickname, Smidget or Smidge. And my man Smokey, he's Australian, so he named me SMIDGIE with an IE, and that's what
Typical
stuck.
Australians.
Yeah, exactly. I know. He's the best. He's the best. So I had to I had to go with that, and it's surprisingly difficult for people to find. They're like, wait, what? What? I'm like, SMIDGIE. It's not that hard. It's in all caps. I have a giant blonde streak in my hair. Like, it's fine. Like, you will find me. I will be there. It's
But
just so funny.
To make it a
So,
bit easier for people to
Twitch.tv.
find you.
Yeah.
To make it a bit more easy for people to find you, we will provide all the links down in the notes below
Well,
the
I
podcast.
appreciate that. And eventually I'm going to be doing YouTube and Twitter and Instagram, all specifically just for SMIDGIE. And if a SMIDGIE is taken, it will probably be like SMIDGIE TTV or something like that. So
Yeah, and whatever those are, we'll keep those updated on our
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We'll
I
update
know.
them as and
know.
when they come.
everyone's like, Paige, you cannot just go through being a streamer and not have freaking social media. It's like, you can't do it. Get it taken care of. You big idiot.
Now, will you have a whenever I know you said you're wanting to try to get going a little more consistently. Are you going to have a schedule in mind?
Yes. The hard thing is, I would really love to do this full time.
Right.
You know, I'd love to have a stream during the afternoon and a stream at night and do different things for each things, you know. And I feel like the people that either live in Europe or on the other side of the world, like they can never catch the streams that I'm on because of my schedule.
Right.
But like I don't have a specific schedule at the moment. It's like if I can. I've done a day stream like once.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just my schedule is like, okay, like if I don't have a family event and I don't feel crappy or I'm not sick or I'm not tired, then I'm streaming.
Okay.
You know, so it's mostly like weeknights or weekends, but around this time, like 8 p.m., like Western time or something.
Mm-hmm. More in the evenings in the Pacific.
Yeah, I can't remember. Arizona doesn't have daylight savings.
Right.
We do whatever we want. Yeah. Everyone's like, oh man, you have to like set your clocks back. I'm like, nope, I don't gotta do nothing.
Living on the edge.
No time traveling for me.
I'm gonna eat some chips. That's what I'm gonna do. So I you know, that's ideally I'd love to do streaming every night, and it doesn't happen that way. Because sometimes I don't get home till 10 o'clock. And I'm like, crap, if I stream, then I'm going to be up until 1, and then I'm going to be a total she-dragon tomorrow. And then, you know, my poor family. Think of the children.
The poor children, no.
Yeah, think of the children. So I, you know, that's something I would love to have a schedule in the meantime. And I think if I put a schedule up, then I would actually stick to it. Amazing how that happens, right?
I know, right?
When you become accountable for something and then you like do it. So it's just you know, it's what we're working on in the meantime. So for now, it's just kind of like whenever you guys can catch me. Sorry, I'm streaming. By the way,
I mean that works. That works too. That works.
TTV, by the way. Spamming those emotes. It's amazing. Emotes are so cool. I finally got an emote like a week ago. So, I mean, now I have to be a professional streamer.
Oh.
So,
Nice. What kind is it? What's it look like?
it's a treble clef inside of a guitar.
Ooh, nice.
Oh.
I know that sounds weird, but like it looks like the shape of a guitar and it like has all the stuff, but like instead of the inside of a guitar, it's a treble clef.
All right.
And who made that? Give him a
So-
little shout out.
My amazing friend Adam. His name is Awesome Adam, TTV, and in the awesome at the very last E is a 3, so it's like Awesome 3 Adam. Anyway, it's
Awesome.
hard to explain that,
Right.
but he's incredible. He's a great streamer, and he made my emote, and he does amazing work. He is like such a long line now for design stuff, even though that wasn't like his attention. So I'm super, 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 super beyond happy with it. It's exactly what I wanted, and it's gorgeous, and it's not all pixelated and weird and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So
And I hope to see many more to come.
I'm
As
so
do
sorry.
I. So
I was really good at multitasking there until the very end. I heard like the very end of what you said, and I was like, crap, should I pretend that I heard that, or should I admit that I screwed up and be like, oh, I didn't hear what you just said?
So it's that part of the interview where we say thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for saying yes to coming on and having an interview done by us too.
Oh yeah, this is really fun. I feel like this should happen more often with people.
Yeah, that's what we're
Very,
trying to.
very
That's what we're trying to go for. You know, we want to,
Yeah.
you know, let streamers who are up and coming, you know, to kind of,
Yeah.
you know, get out there a little more.
Yeah.
If they want to.
So is this only a YouTube thing that you guys do, or do you stream it on Twitch as well, or how does that work?
I've recently set up the Twitch account for it, but I've not set anything up stream wise to do a podcast. I would love to do live podcasts, but
Yeah.
it might just be like the interviews like we're doing now, because we do post editing and post stuff to make the podcast longer.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was just wondering because I know that I know that one of the names was like behind the streams as like the Twitch account and stuff, and so I didn't know like if you did that too.
Yeah, that's mine. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We also have we're also on Spotify as well.
Well, aren't you fancy?
Yeah, we've got our first 2 episodes up on Spotify. Little self promotion there.
A little self promotion there. You're allowed to do that. You can self promote all you want. I'm not one of those weird people that's like, oh my gosh, you can't talk about how you stream in my channel, blah blah. And I'm like, no. If you stream, cool, throw it out there. What do you stream? What do you like to do? Let's talk about it. Like, obviously, the people who are like total twat waffles and just jump in and you're like, hey, I'm live. And I'm like, I don't know who you are. Go away. That's rude. You know, but
awful. I'm gonna write that one down too. Wiggitywompus.
I'm Wiggitywompus. Yep.
Oh,
we had douche canoe in there too.
Douche canoe. Yeah. We'll add that one.
Yeah. I'm actually a very conservative person. I don't even swear. Like, I was raised very conservatively. I'm like very religious, but like then I say crap like that, and they're like, what? I gotta get my spice in there somehow. Just
exactly.
Reel it in. So.
Well, SMIDGIE, it's been a really big honor you being here, and we really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, seriously, this has been really, really fun. I really appreciate you guys doing this. At first, I thought I was like, oh, whatever, like it sounds okay, and then like as it kind of progressed, I was like, wow, this is actually really fun. Like I love this kind of crap. It's gonna be awesome.
So, we'll keep in contact with you as well.
Yeah,
for sure,
real.
definitely.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You guys coming into my channel and being awesome. It made it really easy to want to do this because you guys were cool. So.
No, thank you, and you're very welcome.
Yeah, for real. Well,
and
cool,
I just want to say one last time. Thank you so much for agreeing. Surprisingly, not many people say yes.
Oh, yeah, I'm happy to do it. We can even do a repeat. Eventually.
Hey, I'm more than happy. Happy.
For real. And good questions, too. I'm impressed. You guys are pros.
Thank you.
I respect it. Okay, well, cool. This is where we say au revoir.
Au revoir.
Where we say au revoir.
Au revoir.
Bye. Bye, Twitch.
Okay.
Bye, Twitch chat.
Bye, Twitch chat.
See you on the podcast universe.
See on the
Kappa 1, 2, 3 in chat.
Kappa.
All right. Well, I'll see you guys around then.
Yes, ma'am.
Woo-hoo. All right. Peace.
Peace.
Staying the same, not gonna change, simply more days, just a new year, death is more near, better stay clear, never look back, made me some stacks, laps like a track, run around you, never brand new, that's what I do, my sights are set, better make bets, Dar-B's up next, yeah. My New Year's resolution is to stay the same, that's what I've done, but I've changed my name, GB's what got my foot in the game, Dar-B's what's gonna give me all the fame, what's up? Give me the cash, right in the flash, this is my time, I'm gonna shine, big boy steps, ain't none less, give me more, best in store, same mindset, I ain't done yet, watch me blow, be in my show, scream out loud, I'ma be proud of myself, how about a well? Too many people out in this world.
Don't forget you can catch SMIDGIE over on twitch.tv/SMIDGIE and on Twitter at SMIDGIE5. We will also include all this information down below in the description below the podcast. Our next cast will feature the streamer with Guy TV, which I'm sure will be a very comical show. Once again, a big thanks to SMIDGIE for being our guest. Thank you for listening, and until next time, bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Behind the Streams. Be sure to follow us on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube.